Hello, everyone, and welcome to Cin City D&D. I am, as always, your humble yet horrifying DM, Matt Butler. To my right, lovely and talented Madison. Why don't you tell us about your characters?
I'm Madison, and I play Hixsori Basha, the Tiefling Cleric.
Rob, I play Varus, the Drow Evocation Wizard, Master of Smoke Tricks, and Dealer of Badassery.
Will, I play the Soldier, Fighter, Half-Orc, Bubbles.
I'm Jake. I play Siddhartha Gotama, the Gold Dragonborn Cleric, on the blood-soaked path to righteousness.
I'm Casey. I play Penumbra Rios, the Green Dragonborn Rogue, who is out to reclaim his mother's former territory and build a treasure bigger than she ever had.
So, if you guys will recall from last game, they fought the dreaded Sir Felix. The battle took up the entire session. They fought for their lives. Will decided to jump inside of its mouth, not intentionally, just wanted to jump inside the hole, but its mouth was also right there. But he managed to fight off the Sir Felix, eventually killing it and, killing all of the mushroom dicks that were also attacking them, and freeing Penumbra from the fungus's dreaded grasp. So they ended up finding a couple of things in in the Sir Felix's lair. One of which was a diary of a guy who was exploring the forest back, actually probably a couple hundred years ago. You're not really sure based on there wasn't like dates or anything like that. But you know that it was a while ago, and the Sir Felix ended up taking over his entire camp. But they were in search of the Baelor's hammer, and he ended up telling you that there was something that lied 666 paces to the east. So now you guys are trying to investigate that. But Varus, because he is the killer of the Sir Felix, and he used his Finger of Death spell, ended up raising it back up as a unholy servant that he now rides as his steed. So we can go ahead and pick back up from there as everybody mounts up on the Sir Felix. What do you guys want to do?
First of all, I'm gonna reach up and scratch him behind his zombie Sir Felix ear, and
he's like,
light the pipe, and I guess let's boot Scoot and Boogie up and out of this joint.
I would like to inquire, do you have an extra pipe?
I can make you one.
I would like to do that. Thank you. I would like to smoke for my party as well. I need it.
That took a lot out of you.
I will stand up and be like, I can ride said mount.
Yes, please do.
And I'll take over for Varus while he carves her a pipe.
So actually, you don't have to pay me for it. The way that I make it is I go down, pick up a small piece of wood and conjure smoke that gets twirls and twirls, and as it gets denser, it tunnels its way, spirals in and tunnels its way through the wood, and it acts like a Dremel, and completely shapes it perfectly into a nice pipe with these crazy smoke trails etched into the wood now.
Yes.
So the pipe is literally made by smoke. That's pretty dope.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that happens.
It may or may not, but I do have prestidigitation, so at least that's what everybody thinks happened for sure.
Yeah, no, that's for sure what happened, because that's dope.
It has to.
Okay, so yeah, so what do you guys want to do? Do you want to head into the forest?
Let's just head off in that direction, and after we think we've gone, around that far, let's start taking a look.
All right, sounds like a plan. Okay, so you guys, do you guys all want to mount up on the Sir Felix and head into the far? Are you gonna name it? Are you gonna?
Oh yeah, definitely needs to be put up to a vote.
Kathy.
What?
Debbie.
That's a good. Debbie, that's a good one.
Brian.
We can name it.
These are all. Meg is a really good one as well.
Meg.
Shut
I was
up.
thinking I was thinking something more like zombie, like Troll's Toe or something, you know?
Barbara.
Troll's Toe the Decay.
Barbara! I like Barbara.
Barbara the Troll's Toe.
Barbara the Troll's Toe. Yeah,
Yes.
that's amazing.
All right, Barbara. Take us on our way.
Barb.
Oh, Barb. All right, so
Barb,
everybody
you
climbs on.
bitch.
Yeah, right. Okay, so everybody climbs on top of Barbara and heads into the forest. And Barbara's just like,
Stop! I don't want to see how
You're
Barbara.
so majestic.
Stop it.
it's just heading off into the forest. And so you notice that okay, so for one, all of the fungus in the entire forest has died with the Sir Felix, right? So there's like this general gooiness on some of the plants, but pretty much everything is fungus free now. So you notice the forest is a lot more alive than it was before, but everything's pretty much keeping their distance because I would assume they're probably pretty freaked out about the fact that you're riding on the undead Sir Felix that used to like rule this whole area. So they alone. Yeah, they're just like, okay, these guys are probably pretty dope, so we're just gonna leave them alone for a little bit. So they lead you. The Sir Felix leads you into the forest right up to a cliff face. So you've gone about 45 feet when you hit this. So you think that depending on the size, this could potentially be 666 paces. Possible.
Well, does somebody want to do like a perception check?
23.
Oh, Bubbles, you decide to look at the cliff face. You inspect it pretty thoroughly. You see that it's covered in like vines that they're not like scary or anything. They don't come to life, but you pull them back and you see that there is some sort of outline of a door underneath all of these vines, and you see that it is inlaid with 2 gems. One is an emerald in the shape of a heart, and the other is a ruby in the shape of a flame. There's a riddle written on the front of it in Druidic, and that is all you see on there.
Can I read it since it's 2 times?
Yeah, if you want to. So Hixsori walks up to it, and she's like, hang on, she casts tongues on herself and then looks at it, and you realize that it's in Druidic, and it phases into view, and you see that it says, "This valley is a pit of sin. I pity all who reside within. Only those who seek to cleanse, armed with purifying fire, shall descend into the heart of this ancient forest to search, to gain, to heal, and to rest."
Bruh, we definitely need some divine light up in this bitch. Let's get holy, clerics.
I got some of that.
Paladin and clerics on deck.
Yeah, bruh. Jake, we need your clerical penis to get in here.
My what?
That's where the power comes from.
Your clerical penis. We all know that's where the power resides.
What do you need?
Clerical
My
penis.
Cleric.
Matt, the next trailer needs to just be Cin City D&D clerical penis.
Please and thank
By
you.
the way, I love that nobody's mentioned that clerical penis sounds like a penis that does filing.
Yeah, it does.
That's exactly.
Like,
That's all I'm thinking about is filing.
business.
It has a cigar inside.
Really? Get
Inside,
that
inside.
Type of person.
That was not what I was thinking.
Episode is already so good.
Okay,
So
so
into this so
as
far.
a cleric, being me, I cast light.
You cast light, and
Just on the area to light up the area.
you cast light on the door, or one of the jewels.
Jewels. Store. Jewels.
Which one?
Do
The
it on holy fire. What, dude? What's? Is there something called holy fire? What is that? What could that be?
holy fire.
Because there's a something shaped like fire, dude. We need to cast something on. You know what I mean? Like we need to apply this to that emerald. We need to fire this bitch up.
The emerald looks like a heart, but the ruby looks like a flame.
Ooh, we need to fire that ruby up. How about
Yeah.
I would like to use a firebolt and on the ruby.
Okay.
I just shoot a
So you do
firebolt at it.
Okay. So you shoot a fireball directly at the at the ruby, and you're like, back away, back up.
No, just the cantrip, like the little one.
Oh, just the little one?
Yeah, just
okay. Back up, back up.
that one's different. That one's
This
different.
worked so well last time.
No, just like the cantrip, like the little guy.
Okay. So you shoot a very small fireball at it. You're just like, pew.
Mm-hmm.
And it hits the flame, or it hits the ruby in the shape of a flame, and you see that the ruby almost seems to come to life and look like it's an actual flame that's burning now. And you see that it looks like it's still made out of ruby, but it looks like the ruby's actually like on fire now.
Holy shit! What was the other one shaped like?
A heart. Mm-hmm.
Oh, bruh. You know what to do. You must know what to do. Heal that sumbitch.
I'm going to
give it life.
Heart. I'll mend that baby's
Mend
heart.
that sumbitch.
Do you like cast like cure wounds?
Cure
or something?
heart wounds. Yes.
Cure heart wounds.
Yes.
Okay. Cure wounds of the heart.
Cardiac heal.
I don't know if you know, but this door is very heartbroken right now. Guys.
No.
It's very sad. But okay, so Hixsori casts a healing spell onto it. She strums on her sitar a little bit, plays like a very soft healing melody towards the emerald in the shape of a heart, and it starts to pulse like it's beating. It's still like an emerald, but it looks like it's starting to pulse like it's beating. And then you see that the door, you hear like a churning like sound as the door unlocks and then swings outward. And you see that there is a somewhat well-lit, but very fresh-smelling inside tunnel that leads down into the cliff face.
Fresh as in like what?
It smells like fresh air. Like the entire rest of the forest at this point smells kind of like rot because of what happened with the Sir Felix, aka Barbara. But yeah, Barbs, good old Barbs. I like Barbs. I'm gonna call her Barbs now. So because of the stuff that happened with Barbs, the whole forest kind of smells like rot.
Mm-hmm.
But this tunnel smells like it's completely rot free. Like there never was fungus down here. Yeah.
Ooh.
Are we still
I'm
within
actually a fan of the rot.
666 paces?
Do what?
Are we at the end of the 666 paces, or are we still looking for that?
No, you are.
We're at the end, or we're.
Yes, you are at the
Yeah,
end.
we found this crystal thingies at the end of it. So now we have unraveled that mystery and now found a passageway that is lusciously filled with fresh air.
Cool.
So who wants to lead the way? Should we even go?
I'm down with
trust
fresh
it.
air.
It might be an illusion.
I'm down with the fresh air illusion.
Get down with the fresh air illusion. Come on,
Let's
get down.
Fresh is the F that you are given to you.
Fresh air criminal.
Okay, all right, so you guys, are you gonna walk into the?
Yeah, but who walks in?
Well,
Yeah, like,
can I
who's going
check,
first?
Can I check it? See how it's doing.
You wanna do
what
perception
it's
check?
trying to do. Yeah.
Okay.
Get a general idea.
I'm scared.
So Hixsori decides to kind of peer into there and see what's going on. And you notice first off that, it smells amazing down here. And you just kind of take a couple breaths. You're like, oh, amazing. And you see that the path curves off to the left. You can see that you get a definite sense, especially because you're a cleric, that there is a lot of life ahead. But that it's not evil feeling. It feels very good. Like you feel very safe going into this tunnel.
Oh.
I don't trust it though.
Do you tell us that?
I tell them that, yes. I tell you, you know.
Okay, I wanna see if I can detect magic.
Okay.
Can I do that?
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so you detect a couple of magical things in the vicinity. One is so they all kind of pop up as like smoky beacons to you, right? As smoky kind of like condensing of smoke based on like how powerful they are.
Yeah.
And you see that one of them that is kind of smoky is the sword that Reprios carries. You can tell that it's definitely magical, right?
Yeah.
Same with Hixsori's sitar. But then inside, you feel that there are several other really magical seeming things. Like you don't detect presences like magically alive things, but you detect magic, like magic objects or magic things.
Well, I tell everybody, hey, we got to go in there, like it or not. If it sounds good, it feels good, let's go get that shit in there.
I'm going to cast Silent Image and create the image of myself to walk 5 feet in front of us as we head down.
Okay, that sounds like a good idea. So you do that, you create this like silent image of you, and it, springs to life and then begins to mechanically walk in front of you 5 feet. And you guys walk in, you see that the path is not super long, it's maybe like 60 feet underground, but then it curves to where it seems to go back up. And you come out on the cliff face, but inside of like a little pocket. It's almost like there's a bubble on the side of the cliff face and you're inside the bubble. But as you walk in, your silent image walks in 5 feet ahead of you, and it stops in its tracks and turns back at you and just is like. And then you guys walk further in, and you see that it's a sunlit room that's been reclaimed by the forest. You have lush green grass that provides a carpet for your weary feet as a soft breeze stirs your hair. Flowers peek out from vines that wind their way up the wall. 5 large, bright grapes grow from a large vine on the far wall. And towards the door is a statue of Dash holding a basket.
Burn it.
I sprint up to one of the grapes and pluck it and take a bite.
No.
So the grape, when I say it's large, I mean it's like...
Oh, so I just hug it and take a bite then.
Okay.
No.
All right. So which one? There is a blue grape, a green grape, a purple grape, a red grape, and a yellow grape.
Purple for show.
My friend, Varus, don't do that.
Thank you.
Do you want to do it? Are you doing it, Varus?
I'm purple, dude.
I'm gonna tell Varus not to do it.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so I've got my teeth on it. I turn and look back. I take a bite.
Okay, so Varus, you chomp down onto the purple one, and immediately you heal for 1d6. So go ahead and roll that shit. And then you also get a +1 to your dex for 1 hour.
Ooh, nice.
Also, you sense that there is something very magical inside of the grape. Like there seems to be stuff inside of the grape.
Wow, so I tell everybody while I'm like chewing, like,
All right, I'm running up on green then.
Okay, so you bite into green, and you take a big old mouthful, and you immediately heal for 1d6, and you get +1 to wisdom for an hour.
Okay.
And you feel a very strong connection to this one. You kind of hold it, and you're like, you kind of shake it, but you don't hear anything, but like your brain is like, there's valuable stuff in here. Like, I know it.
What is the third color? What is the third color?
So there's 5. There's blue, which hasn't been eaten, green, which has, purple, which has, red, which hasn't, and then yellow. So
I'll bite into the red.
Red. Okay, so you sink your teeth into the red one, and you immediately heal for 1d6. But then you also get +1 to charisma for an hour.
I want to bite into blue.
Blue? Okay. So you run over to the blue one, and you're just like, this is amazing. I want to get in on this. And you just like gnaw on the side of it. You heal for 1d6, and you also get +1 to strength for an hour.
Oh.
What color was that one?
That one was blue.
So there's only yellow left?
Yes.
Jake, bite the yellow one.
Bite the yellow one.
No.
All right, so you're just like, I still don't know about this, guys, but all right. And so you walk up to the yellow one and you stick your teeth into it and you start chewing on it and you heal for 1d6, but immediately,
Oh no!
like, you get +1 to intelligence and you're like, this was a good decision.
Wait, what? Hey, what's up? I'm smart.
I want all the stuff out of the blue one.
So Hixsori's gnawing on the blue one, and Will, Bubbles, you look over at her, and you see that she's like suddenly stronger, eating more of it, and so you're just like, oh, I want to get in on that shit. And so you run over to it, and she's just like gnawing on the side of it, and you just like punch into the center of it, trying to get the shit out from it. And then as you punch in, like the second or third time you punch in, you manage to impact. You see that there's a little bag inside of it.
I want to grab it.
I'm eating it though. How is that fair?
Because you're eating it. You're not pulling shit out of it. And so, besides the green or the
I'm a really good guy. If you eat anything out of the bag that I pull out, you are welcome to have it.
No, I'm just gonna take the stuff from the red.
Yeah. So Hixsori's like, fine. She just like runs over to the red one and she just starts like punching into that one. But
I'm punching into the green one, by the way. Just
okay.
No one gets any ideas.
You're like, is this what we're doing now, guys? Okay. And then you just start punching into the green one.
First, I'll be right back.
So Bubbles opens his bag, right? And inside he finds two large vials, like larger than normal potions. They're like maybe about this big, and they're like long and thin. And there's two different kinds of potions that you find. One seems to be a cloudy liquid that's like greenish brown. And then you see the other one is completely brown, but it looks like it's made of like hairs. Like you can tell it's a liquid, but the way that it like beads on the sides of the glass, it looks like it's like a hair almost. It's a very strange looking substance. You've never seen anything like that before.
So I have a werewolf potion, and what's the other cloudy liquid?
The other one, well, do you wanna give
Holy shit.
Varus and see if he can figure out what they are?
Yeah, I'm down.
All right, so Varus, you know that the first one, the one that is like cloudy green-brown, that one is known as an elixir of vine armor. What it does is it grows vines on your armor, giving you a +2 deflection bonus to your armor class.
Nice.
Forever.
So I tell him that, and then the other one?
How long does that go on for?
Forever.
Forever.
Burr.
Do you need me to roll for the other one too?
No, you're good. You know both of them. So the other one is called the Potion of the Stag. Basically, it grows antlers on your forehead, and it gives you a 4d8 slam attack.
Aww.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I already have horns.
That's the coolest thing I've ever fucking heard.
Yeah.
I want that so bad.
Dude, you can't hit you anyways. Come on, you're a wizard. Get out of here. You guys
I couldn't even pick my head up. If that was so fucking
I started with this sword. I just want to let everybody know.
You turn to Bubbles and you're just like, oh, it's a potion of excessive farting. You wouldn't want that. And then he just like puts it in.
No, I tell him what it is and give it to him.
I was gonna say, you want to bluff check me with a +1 charisma right now?
Right now. No, I don't. I give it to him. What were the buffs from all the colors again?
So blue gives you a +1 to strength. Green gives you a +1 to wisdom. Purple gives you a +1 to dex. Red gives you a +1 to charisma. And yellow gives you a +1 to intelligence. And I'll go ahead and tell you guys right now, the bonus is stacked. So if you eat all of them, you get all of them.
Can I go for the yellow?
Yeah, for sure. Do you want to punch into the yellow one?
Yeah, actually, I'm not going to punch. I'm going to obviously craft a knife out of my smoke and slice neatly a place for me to reach in and grab the stuff inside.
That is amazing. Okay, so Varus makes a smoky blade while all of you other barbarians are just tearing into your strawberry or your grapes, and then he brings it down and carefully like slices it, but he slices it like a chef would take a avocado pit out, where he like slices around the stuff inside and like separates the two halves with the smoke. Meanwhile, you guys are just like all looking at him with like shit all over you and like stuff all over your face. Like that seems like so much work.
Mhm. I do take a couple bites while it's happening, of course.
Oh, right. You're just like nibbling like.
Yeah.
But Hixsori, you before that said you wanted to tear into the red one. So you start pulling shit out of the red one. You see that there are 3 vials of a very silvery looking liquid that looks almost like a powder, but like is silvery and clearly a liquid still.
Can I pass those to Varus to see if he can check?
Yes. Also, you want to pass to him a scroll that has a bunch of shit written on it in Draconic.
I can read that though.
Okay, so you find out it's known as a scroll of Earth Elemental, which lets you summon an Earth Elemental.
Dang.
And then you find a small little disc that seems to have a whole bunch of symbols carved on it. And just from a casual look over, it looks like all these symbols are holy in some way.
I want to also get that.
That's not the disc that was missing from the airship, is it?
No, it looks significantly smaller. It's only like this big. The disc
Oh,
from the airship, based on the size and the blueprints, looks like it would be like dinner plate size. Yeah.
So I roll.
Okay. So you know that. Okay. So you know that the 3 vials are vials of stone to flesh. So it turns people that were once turned to stone into like alive people again.
Wow. Foreshadowing?
To be honest, since I guess I should clue you in on this too. The Barbs, good old Barbs, actually has the ability to turn people into stone.
Oh my
and
god.
tried it on Bubbles. Yeah, she tried it on Bubbles, but it didn't work out so well because Bubbles like resisted it, made his constitution sick.
Wow. Holy shit.
What about
This
the
is a badass mount.
Yeah, for sure, dude. It's the Sir Felix is fucking kick
We
ass,
need to
dude.
preserve it somehow. Is it gonna stay preserved?
Yeah, it's undead.
I don't know if it would
It's like a zombie.
Until it
eventually, like-
fucking dies. Or I release it, I suppose, right?
Yeah, until it like reaches 0 hit points. But I will say you can heal it if you cast negative energy magic on it. So if you cast like inflict wounds or something on it, it will heal it. So
Nice.
just a future reference.
So what's the
Um,
disc?
So the disc is known as the Sigil of Soul Spark.
Oh.
And Varus,
Whoa.
you remember coming across this in your book of sigils that you had gotten from Branchin. It was one of many books that he'd given you to read over the long time that you were there as his apprentice. And you remember inside the Sigil of Soul Spark adds 2d10 electricity to cleric spells that deal damage and 2d10 to all healing spells.
Dang. Dang.
Yeah. And it binds itself to the user's holy symbol. So what it does is it attaches itself onto your holy symbol, so in this case your sitar, and then takes all of the other images of the different deities fade away, and then your deities comes to where that's all there.
That's pretty sick. You guys didn't want to come here.
All right, so I believe Varus, I guess, would be next with his stuff, right? Or no, Penumbra.
I think
Yeah, get in there, dude.
Penumbra dove into his sooner, I believe.
Yeah.
And his was the green one. So you dive into this just completely like eating and just like gorging yourself on this because one, it's like healing you, but it's also just like making you feel amazing because you haven't eaten in a while and nothing that's this delicious. Like it tastes like so good. It's a great. It tastes like a sour apple, but like a grape. It's like super good. And so you're digging into it and you pull out this big sack. Looks like Santa's sack. You like drop it down on the ground. You open it up and you see inside there's a whole bunch of money. There's like 456 platinum pieces, 328 gold pieces, 577 silver pieces, like 30,000 copper pieces, 4 emeralds, and 2 peridot. And those gems are the size of your fist. Varus, you decided to slice into the yellow one?
The yellow one.
Yes. So you slice into the yellow one, and it takes you a little bit longer than the rest of the party because they're just tearing into theirs. But you manage to pull yours out, and you see that there's a couple of things that are in there. Actually, there is a bright blue gem that is like this big. You don't know. It's like softball size, like this size. You've never seen this kind of gem before. It looks like a metallic-y, crystal-y kind of stuff. It looks almost similar to the stuff the Crystal Labyrinth is made out of, but it's not. It seems like pure almost, like more metallic. And when you pick it up, it starts to faintly glow from the center with like a faint blue glow. You also find a large staff that seems to be made out of stone, but is as light as a wooden staff. That seems to be very magical as well.
Oh, I got a new staff! Dude, I haven't been using my staff at all, man. It's like kind of fallen to the wayside, so that makes me happy. Okay, so shall I roll?
Yeah, for sure, man.
Oh my god, I got a nat 20.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
But it doesn't really matter that much.
So you know that. So one, now that you've found this stuff, you know where you are now, and you kind of know a couple of things because you remember reading about this in a very, very, very old book. And basically, the bright blue gem is called the soul of the forest, and basically, it's like the heart. These things are usually deep that's in the forest, is like it's in its roots. And it basically is the heart of the forest. It maintains the balance of the forest. It is also, the staff is also a part of the forest. It was made out of the ground, the stone of the forest, but also the bark from the trees, and also like the grass, like pretty much everything from the forest went into this, even though it looks like it's just stone. And you know that the heart of the forest, it repels evil, and it also gives +10 nature damage to all attack spells. And the staff does 3d10, just attack damage, but it also gives +10 force damage to any spell.
Oh. Okay, hold on. And where do I put this?
And so the reason why you know about this particular forest is because this soul of the forest, this bright blue gem, is from the forest of Karli Cuckoo, which you now know probably is Carl's real name.
Karli Cuckoo.
What?
Yeah. Karli
Cuckoo is Carl's name, that slimy bastard.
And
I can't wait to speak to him.
Yeah, so you now know that you also know Carl is now. Carl is a Elysian oak, which means that he's supposed to be growing in the Elysian fields, which is an outer plane of reality. It's like an afterlife, if you will. And his fruit, he only blooms once every 100 years, but his fruit that he gives off grants immortality for its imbibers. So,
excuse me?
Yeah.
Wait, Karli Poo-Poos?
Yeah, Karli
Fruits?
Poo-Poos.
Where's the fruit at?
Yeah.
They're his balls.
Yeah, right. These big old tree balls. So you know that about Carl, and you also know that this forest has been talked about since ancient times, and you also know what the Baelor's hammer is now, because the Baelor's hammer was so this whole valley. The whole reason why Carl is there is because long ago there was this epic battle between demons and angels in this very valley, and they clashed back and forth. But one of the demons was a Baelor. He was like the greatest of all the Baelors, and he had this massive hammer that he used to fucking kill the shit out of like anything that he came across. And then he ended up facing off against this massive Solar, who's like this super strong angel. And they clashed for like years, just back and forth, until finally the Baelor ended up killing the angel and imbuing his hammer with the power of the angel. And so it made the whole forest into this like pit of just despair, where like hatred and just malice just started to spread into the surrounding countryside. So the higher ups, the angels, decided to plant an Elysian oak into this forest to try to make sure that the evil didn't spread. And Carl, using his immense power, has managed to keep the evil at bay for time immemorial. I mean, Branchen didn't know how old that book was, but it was old, like falling apart old.
Yeah.
So.
Holy shit! So I tell everybody. First of all, I tell everybody Carly Poo Poo's real name, which he's done. I definitely gotta call him Carly Poo Poo. And tell him the history behind what we're actually experiencing. But should I take this Heart of the Forest? Like, am I gonna fuck up this forest even more if I take it?
No, I mean, you probably won't fuck it up more if you take it.
Okay. Well, I'm taking it either way. I don't give a fuck. But I'm just kidding. I love the animals.
So something I forgot to mention too, that there were flowers by a natural waterfall that streamed into the room against another wall. It basically just like curved down and then like went out through the bottom. But there's a bunch of flowers that are growing over it, and they seem to make some sort of pattern, and the pattern seems to be a hammer.
Uh-oh. So,
but there's still the, I think, the purple one and no, I guess just the purple one. Just the purple one needs to be explored.
So is that Jake's?
Yeah, I think that's Jake's.
Purple one.
Okay, so Sid like just walks over to the purple one, starts digging into it, but very like calmly, because he's a cleric like that. Digs into it, finds that there is a giant sword inside of it,
Shit.
of the thing. It's like a giant sword, and he like pulls out this sword. And as soon as he puts his hands on it, it starts to crackle with electricity.
No.
And he also finds a quiver of arrows that seem to have some sort of blackish, bluish sort of resin on the tips.
What? So, what are the names of these things? Can I identify them?
Do you want to try a knowledge check, or do you want to give him to Varus and see if he can figure them out?
Probably know more, even though he did steal from me, but I will trust him.
Even now, I'll jealously
Experience.
You know that the sword is the sword of the Lightning King. And basically there was a cloud giant a long time ago that had this sword, and he used it to rule like the other giants. And it deals 4d8 plus 10 lightning damage.
Welcome to the upper ranks, my friend.
Now that all the grapes have been successfully, I guess, looted, eaten, kind of, you guys want to approach the flowers that are next to the waterfall?
Can we take any of these grape stuff with us?
Do you have any bags? If you have like containers, you can put it in.
Well, Sword of the Lightning King, if that's what you mean.
I have a sequester.
Do it, man. I'm for that.
All right, let's do it. Well, actually, I have Finger of Death right now, so we have to wait an hour anyways.
So you guys decide to investigate the flowers next to the waterfall as Varus is transcribing his sequester spell, and you see that the waterfall is right next to these you see that there are these flowers that are covering this waterfall in the shape of this hammer, and as soon as you kind of go to inspect them, this fat honeybee just flies out and starts to buzz around your guys' head.
Oh.
Huh.
How big is it?
It's pretty big. It's like
Shih Tzu size?
It's like this big. Probably it's fucking big for
golf ball sized.
Yes, yeah, like golf ball sized. And then it slowly kind of makes a circuit around you guys, kind of flying up to you and around you, and then it flies towards the exit and then just hovers there like it's waiting for you.
Siddhartha, being a cleric and a dragonborn, just noticeably freaks out.
He's like, whoa!
What the fuck is that?
Well,
sorry, regular sized bumblebees fuck me up. So just one of that size would just be
hey Matt, if I start transcribing something, am I stuck doing that for an hour, or can I go with them?
No, you'd be stuck doing that for an hour.
All right, I sit then.
transcribe.
So then you manage to sequester all of the strawberries left. You notice that there's probably enough that you guys could each go through and bite all of them probably 3 or 4 more times before they'd be gone.
Okay.
So I'll jump on that undone cat. Let's go for it.
But you guys follow. You all hop onto Barbs and then follow the bumblebee, and the bumblebee, gives Barbs a wide berth because it kind of freaks the bumblebee out. But then makes this kind of winding trail through the forest. Again, nothing really fucks with you because fucking Barbs is terrifying. And so you guys travel along until the bumblebee leads to a waterfall, a giant waterfall that's probably 30 foot across, and seems to be flowing into a pool that's about it's a pretty good sized pool. It's about 30 feet across and wide, diameter wise. And you see that it's pretty deep. It's really deep. You can't see the bottom, and the water's kind of murky. But the waterfall seems to flow into it, and the bumblebee takes one last look at you guys and then flies directly into the waterfall.
I'm gonna dive into it.
Okay, so Will, you dive into the waterfall. You dive through the falling water into a room that has a very tall grass. You see that it's a large natural chamber. And as you hit the ground, you take 6 points of falling damage because you just smacked, you thought you were going to dive into water, but you hit stone. But you see that there's very large, flowing grass. It's about 3 feet high. So, you're kind of moving through waist high grass. You see that it's very lush. It's grayish. You see that there is a statue all the way at the end of a gnome dressed to look like a painter. And then you see that there are 6 giant flowers on either side of you. Each of the 6 is a different color.
Do we hear him thunk on the other side?
No, because the waterfall's raging.
I want to go to the waterfall. I want to follow Bumblebee.
I know somebody has control water.
Want to do that, Sid?
Yeah.
Okay. So Sid, gets filled with this holy energy into his palms, and then he just sort of goes like this and parts the curtain of water, so the water continues to flow. He doesn't want to obstruct that. He wants to keep it as like natural as possible. And the water just begins to flow in like a natural doorway down into the pool below. So you see that it's open, and you see inside, and you see that everything that Will just saw.
Well, shall we trapeze through? Can I like run and jump over?
Yeah, for sure.
I use my cool new staff to like pole vault.
Yeah, so you run and you're just like, ha! And pole vault through into the room and land just like perfectly. You're just like, ah.
Mm-hmm.
Are the rest of you following inside?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you guys follow inside, and you see the 6 giant flowers, each one a different color. The 4-foot tall statue of the gnome, and the the 3-foot high grass. That's all gray.
If anybody's watching this right now, watch us all feel this for fucking half an hour.
So what are the colors?
All right. So the colors are purple, green, red, yellow, white, and orange.
So what can we do with these flowers? What happens if you smell one? May I smell the purple one?
Yeah, absolutely. So you go over and you smell it, and you get a whiff of magic coming from it, and it doesn't feel pleasant.
Mm. So I tell him it smells like fart magic.
The worst of all magic.
What else is in the room?
The statue of a gnome who is dressed like an artist, and in his left hand is a paintbrush with no bristles, and in his right is an empty palette. He's like holding it like this with 6 small notches.
So we just need to take these flowers and put them on the palette, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is where the actual puzzle comes in. Where do they go?
Yeah, but what about the paintbrush too? Like if we're putting in the colors, we're also going to need to give them something to paint with. Maybe we use like the stems as like the bristles.
All of a sudden, you notice that you sense movement in the grass around you. You don't see anything, but you just sort of feel something, like the grass begins to sway away from the breeze.
Oh, fuck.
And you're just kind of like, what the hell is happening? And then Varus, you are crouched over one of the flowers, the purple flower, and you kind of look to your right, and you're just kind of like, did you guys see that? And then this giant thing from your left just jumps up at you, and you see that it looks almost like a porcupine, except for its spines are the same length and color as the grass. But so they're like 3-foot long spines, and it just like hurls itself at you.
Oh, no.
I'm going to die.
I want to cast Harm.
Okay. Hixsori comes in with so she is terrified. She sees what happens, and as it jumps at Rob's face, and she just like flashes back to when she was a kid and she would be lost in the woods and things would like jump out at her, and she was just like and just like fucking screams, and the power of her voice reverberates towards this thing, dealing 46 points of damage and just destroying its lungs and like vocal cords and like everything, and it's just so it's just like yeah, it just gets like crushed in the air and falls dead right in front of Varus.
Well, that was quick.
Thanks.
Yeah, Rob, as you were sitting there looking at this handle of a brush with no bristles, and then you look over at this thing and you're like, hey, wait a minute.
Like
those look like they might work.
Wow.
Yeah, so Varus decides to take the spines out of the porcupine one by one very carefully, not to poke himself, and sticks them into the brush. And then you see that they immediately affix themselves to the brush and sort of like stick in there and adheres, like they're meant to be there. And you see that the gnome starts to smile a little bit. He's just like, thank you to everybody that watched the live session. Thank you to everybody that watched the edited session. Please like and comment and subscribe if you love us like we love you. Please check out our Facebook page, Cin City D&D. Check out madisbutler.com. New webpage coming soon. There's going to be a lot of updates and stuff to that. But most importantly, remember to keep your friends close, but your dice bag closer. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Peace.